this is a calculator that's going to help you find the best combination of all these components so that you don't pay for more than you need. Okay, I'm going to show you an example. We're going to go into our application here. We can see that in our live environment, over a month of time, we're using nearly 100,000 workload units. I'm going to round up to 100,000. So I'm going to take that 100,000, come into the subscription planner. I'm going to punch that number into this input here, 100,000. And I can already see, even before I hit calculate, that the starter plan comfortably covers my workload needs, right? The starter plan comes with 175,000 units. I'm also on the annual billing cycle, which gives me a little bit of a discount. If I switch it over to monthly, it raises that price just a little bit more. We'll stick on the monthly here for now. So I'm going to calculate, and Bubble's basically going to confirm, yep, that's all you need. No additional workload tier, no overages are expected. The 175,000 is going to cover your expected 100,000. Okay, so let's say I want to start on the growth plan, right? For whatever reason, I want some of the capabilities there that are not offered by the starter plan. Even if my units are nowhere near, the growth plan allowance, it more than enough covers what I need. So when I calculate here, it's just going to confirm that, yep, that is the minimum that you're going to pay is just for that plan because there's nothing extra that you need for your workload consumption. Now let's go back to the starter plan. Let's say I raise my workload usage to 300,000 units. Now this is a number that's beyond what the growth plan includes. The first plan that would cover that amount is the team plan at $400 a month essentially here, right? So this comes with 500,000 workload units. But if I calculate, Bubble's going to give me a better combination of these pricing components to keep my bill down. So if I want to stay on the starter plan, right, that gives me 175,000. I can add on a workload tier, and actually the first level of workload tier here for an additional 200,000. So that gives me a total of 375, which covers my estimated 300. So I certainly do not need to upgrade to the team plan just to cover my workload consumption. That is the point of these workload tiers and potentially overages, is so that you can find the most economical combination to cover your usage, given the plan that you want your app to be on, right, for the specific Bubble capabilities, right? So with the 375, I don't even need overages. You can see that this is 0 here. Okay, so then let's go over to, let's say 500,000, right, which is an amount that the team plan would cover. But do I need to jump up to the team plan? Nope, I certainly do not. I can stay on my starter plan, I can add a tier, and I can pay for overages to fill the rest of the gap there with my expected units. Now, this is of course expecting, or it's assuming that I want to have overages turned on. If there's a potential for those overages to really run wild, if I really cannot anticipate what the usage is, and I don't want to have like a very big surprise bill, I can disable those. But again, remember, you risk your app being taken offline. So I may choose to either upgrade to a higher plan or maybe go to a higher workload tier to kind of more safely cover any unexpected workload units that are being consumed throughout the month. With this combination, my bill is at $79.75. That's even less than the growth plan to cover 500,000. But like I said, if I don't want to have overages turned on and I just want to pay for something that I know what I'm going to pay for every month, and it's going to really comfortably cover my expected usage, I can upgrade the plan type or go up to a higher tier. I'm going to switch over to this tab so that you can see, these are the different levels of tier, and they very significantly increase your workload units depending on the level that you're on. You can also pay annually versus monthly, and you can see, that there are prices there. I also want to note that when you're on a workload tier, and the higher tier you are, your overage rate, if you do decide to have overages turned on, is discounted more and more and more. Okay, so we can see an example of this. With the workload tier, the overages is priced at 15 cents for every additional 1,000 workload units. If I have a combination here where I don't need a workload tier, let's say I only need 180,000, right? So just a little bit over that starter plan, then it's just paying the starter plan and $1.50 a month for that last bit, the 5,000 extra. But notice here that the rate is a little bit higher. It's at 30 cents for every additional 1,000 because I don't have an additional discount that's being applied with the workload tier. So the workload tier does give you a little bit of a benefit there. But again, it just depends, right? So this is a great calculator to help you find the most economical combination for your app.